There's something that is happening that needs attention. You see, all the time, we are always focusing on the policies, the changes, and the things that the US government is doing when it comes to visa. And on our Telegram group and other pages, we see people ranting and commenting and how people feel about the policies that the US is bringing when it comes to visa application. But sometimes we cannot blame the US, because recently, most people who have gone for visa interview will know that visa officers do not care if you have a bank statement. I have had a couple of students who have received a direct no bank statement from visa officers. They approach the interview and visa officer tells them no bank statement. And that is really profound. That is something that we must talk about. How did we get here? Because if you appear for a visa interview and the visa officers are not able or are not willing to accept our bank statement or even take a look at them, it speaks a lot. It speaks a lot about the society and our moral consciousness and what they think about us. Because for a long time, it is a fact that most people are faking bank statement consistently. And now that has resulted in the no bank statement policy. So people who genuinely have the money, who genuinely qualify, receive no bank statement responses from visa officers, and that can be hard. So sometimes we cannot entirely blame the visa officers for what they do or for the decisions they make. We cannot blame the US embassy for the way they see us. Now, people who have followed our channel, somewhere in 2021, 2022, we began telling people to try third countries. We were part of the few people who started encouraging people to go for visa interview in Abidjan. I made a video and a lot of people saw how they could go to Abidjan. I showed people how to do the Abidjan process. So a lot of Ghanaians in 2022, 2023 benefited from the Abidjan embassy because the Ghana embassy was choked. The wait time was huge. So the Abidjan embassy became receptive. They accepted non-residents to interview them with good faith and good mindset, because that really helps students who are not getting dates to go for visa interview and get their dates and come to school. Many of us went there and began to send fake documents because we thought the embassy cannot verify. And when the embassy saw that, they changed their ways. They prevented or restricted non-residents from being interviewed in Abidjan. And those who were even interviewed, they received high scrutiny. Visas were denied for no reason. The same way, Sierra Leone, that opportunity came in. People went there and messed up with fake documents. And at Eswatini, people went there and messed up. So sometimes you could see that there's a pattern in the way we approach things. Government of Ghana will issue scholarship to students. Students will travel to the US to school. They don't receive their money. The school begin to go after them. It becomes a problem. So you see that the time will come, the US embassy will not trust letters from government agencies because we are creating a pattern. And that is seen in the way we do things. Somewhere 2023, 2024, most students will apply for school, get visas, and as soon as they come, they will transfer to community colleges. Schools saw that because that was a genuine option for people who really want to have change in career. Sometimes your mind can change, but when it becomes a pattern that everyone comes and is changing their program, their visas, or is changing their school to community college because that is cheaper, schools became wiser and they began to prevent people. They began to ask for high enrollment deposit, $1,000, $3,000, so that when you come and you want to change, you still have enrolled, you still have committed. Now a time will come, as we always talk about, the US may require students to put money in block account, just like they are requiring visas to put money in visa bond. There's a pattern, and we all collectively have responsibility to represent who we are, to be truthful in the process. Of course, nobody is clean and nobody is perfect. I'm not saying that people are angels or all that, but what I'm saying is that whatever we do, there are consequences. If you get a visa and you come to the US and you don't live by the terms on your visas, you are not just hurting yourself, you're also hurting people who are yet to apply. So we all have collective responsibility to be responsible, to do the right thing. We see people selling bank statements, fake bank statements for huge sums of money. We see people even editing I-20. Until the COVID, the I-20s were posted because the I-20 is a very important document. It has a lot of security features, but students were bold to edit and present it to the embassy. So it came to a time some embassies were not accepting I-20 printed from soft copies. They wanted the original copies issued by the school. These are all patterns of things that happen that visa officers have observed, and out of that, or in response to that, they bring all these visa changes, this update that hurts genuine people, that hurts genuine students who are interested in coming to learn. I came to the US to study. If those who came ahead of me abused their visas, it would have been more harder for me. So whatever you do or whatever you plan to do, when you receive your visa, make sure that you live by the terms of the visa. Make sure that you do what is right, because you're not only hurting yourself, you're also hurting people who are yet to apply. I hope this helped. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And as always, remember that theology is fine. Trust me.